Why is the alarm going off in my neighborhood? We are making a custom Overwatch PC chassis and showing you just exactly how to do it. Now, Loot.0 today are sponsoring this video and are giving away a key tool that we use to make this box. It's the Dremel 3000 multi-tool gold kit. It's extremely affordable for what it is. I'm thinking of buying one myself. It's 1,600 bucks. But you can enter the competition by clicking on the cards in the top right-hand corner of this video, and I'll throw in a link to the competition in the description below. And then I want to know, comment below, what are you guys gonna make? What is your craziest invention when it comes to building your dream custom built PC chassis? I want to know what you guys want to make. But let's get into it. You're gonna need LED light strips, double-sided tape or super glue, masking tape, nuts and bolts if you're planning on screwing perspex anywhere near it, an NT cutter or a craft knife, spray paint. We use gloss orange, matte white, gloss white and black, a plastic sheet or perspex. You can cut this out of hard packaging, plastic packaging that you get on some products. That's what we did. It seemed to work super well and it's a lot cheaper. A cutout of the Overwatch logo or any other logo that you want to cut into the side of the box. Make sure that it's in a stencil shape. What I mean by that is when you cut it, it's got to have enough gaps around it so that it stays intact, or the shape stays intact when you cut it out of the piece of paper. The most important item is the Dremel because it's a multi-tool of sorts, so it can cut, it sands, it does everything you need to do that, and it can be found at loot.co.za. I will be including a link in the description and in the cards in the top right corner to go check that out to do it. And of course, your creativity. Remember, there's no wrong execution, there's only a cool one that you end up making for yourself, and it's custom built. No one else has your particular box, so let's get into it. Step 1. First, you're going to need to cut out the stencil. Remember to have it designed so that it actually is a stencil, so that none of the negative space falls out, or steal a logo that already is a stencil, like kind of we did. Be careful, wherever there's space in the sheet that you cut out, that's where the spray paint is going to go, so make sure that it's cut very neatly. Step 2. Once it's cut, lay the stencil over the spot where you'd like the logo. If the stencil has loads of loose parts that could be easily blown away by the spray paint tin, stick it down so that it won't budge. What we did was we used masking tape that's folded in a circle so that it doesn't tear the actual stencil, but it keeps it locked down to the position. Cover all the parts that you're afraid that paint will go, and use masking tape and some black bags to do that if you've got it. Spray using the black spray paint very lightly with swift whips of motion just to ensure that you get an even coat. Once that's done, give it some time to dry before reapplying a second layer. Do not remove the stencil until this step is done. You're gonna have paint leaking everywhere, it's not fun. Step 3. Remove the stencil once the paint is dry and make sure that you don't break it in the removal process. You're gonna need the stencil again. Prepare your Dremel. We're using a disc saw and a shield nozzle to prevent any debris potentially flicking towards us. Make sure that you have a parent helping you if you're still in school, and if you've never used a Dremel before, I recommend that you do a practice run on another piece of material so that you know exactly how to hold it. Maybe watch some YouTube tutorials on how a Dremel works and what's the most efficient way to use it. Now, slowly saw away the parts of the logo that you want exposed, wherever you want negative space. We're cutting out the top of the Overwatch logo to reveal the inside of the chassis where we're going to be placing the orange LEDs. To shine, you know, like the Overwatch logo. This is a time-consuming process and must be done with care, but it's worth it. Just hang in there, trust me. And it's a lot easier than you think. Step 4. Once the piece has been cut out and removed, swap the bit on the Dremel to the metal sander. Sand any shards of metal off to make a clean edge so that you won't cut your finger on anything, and also that it just looks banging. Step 5. Once that's done, spray the chassis the color you want to hide the cuts in the metal. We're doing ours a bling matte white. Let it dry and repeat. Don't worry about covering the logo that you originally sprayed. We're gonna get to that. While you wait for it to dry, you can add flourishes to the rest of the box. We removed the grills in and around the sides and made them a awesome Overwatch orange, which I think is balling. Step 6. Here's when you need to bring out that stencil that you used. Respray over your original logo with the color that you want it to be. We decided to make ours a gloss white over the matte white that we sprayed the rest of the panel. Step 7. Once the paint's dry, connect the LEDs by sticking them on the panel close to the logo. We decided to use a piece of hard plastic from the LED packaging to create a window first and use double-sided tape to stick it to the case. You can do that, you don't have to. Then you add the LED lights if you do plan on doing that, but make sure that there's cable access to the power source as that's what powers the LEDs. Plug them in and fix the panel onto the rest of the chassis. Step 8, switch it on. The LEDs will glow automatically and boom, you've brought your creation to life. Guys, thank you so much for watching our PC build. I think it turned out pretty well. I was really excited about the final finish, especially for being one of the first times that I've ever used a Dremel. I used a lot of tools in the past and had done art at school, so I have some kind of idea of how that stuff works. But it was really cool to put it together myself and be proud of the final product. If you guys are gonna win the Dremel, or if you are looking to purchase one for yourself and you want to build your own thing, let me know in the comments below, what would you be building? I want to know. Don't think of logos. You can do your own illustrations. Make sure that they're like, if you do like Banksy style stuff, you can do those of stencils. You can do that kind of thing, video game style. And if you have done that stuff, please comment below with a link to an imager. I want to see what you guys are doing. Be balling! This is just trying to get creative, you know. And also, this is a nice present for somebody else. If you want to build a custom box for a friend, it's a little bit more personal. It's kind of like giving them a painting, but it's a little bit more personal. And especially if they love video games, it touches that whole thing. Why is the alarm going off in my neighborhood? Anyway, see you guys in the next video. High five a stranger. Adios.